In this recipe, we will be making vegetarian chili in 3 different methods. One is the Instant Pot, another the slow cooker, and the stovetop. I will also add a wonderful tip on how to use a zipper freezer bag so that you can make it ahead of time and store it for easy meals later on. For this recipe, you will need 2 large cans of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of beans. You can use any kind you like. We have kidney beans and black beans for ours. 2 cups frozen corn. You can use fresh, but frozen works just as easily. 3 stalks of celery, 2 peppers, 2 carrots, 1 medium zucchini, 1 large onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons cumin, 1 tablespoon oregano, 1 to 3 tablespoons chili powder. The more you put in, the spicier it will be. 1/4 to 2 teaspoons of chili flakes. Again, the more you put in, the spicier it will be. And salt and pepper to taste. In a large bowl, start by dumping in all of your chopped up vegetables. Add your beans, all of your spices, put your garlic in, and lastly add your canned tomatoes. Stir until it is very well combined. Once it is nicely combined, you're going to do one of 4 things. You're either going to throw it into a crock pot, into the Instant Pot, a pot on the stove, or into some Ziploc bags for freezing. This makes a huge amount, so I find if you're going to do the Ziploc bag method, it's best to plan for 2 full bags or cook half and put the other half in the freezer. First thing I'm going to show you is how to put it into your Ziploc bags to store in the freezer for later. Taking a large Ziploc bag, I always find it's easiest to kind of prop it up into a bowl, open it up, and start to scoop your mixture into the bag. Make sure that as you are scooping, if you're going to divide it up, that you are taking half the juices as well, because this does not have a lot of natural juice to begin with. It will cook out of the vegetables later. Once you have about half in a Ziploc bag, you can distribute it into more Ziploc bags if you need smaller amounts. You're going to want to flip your edges right up and seal it off almost all the way, but keep one little corner of that seal open. If you still have that open, then take it out of your container, lay it on a nice flat surface, and we're going to want to get as much air out of this bag as absolutely possible. So you're going to push it towards that one sealed corner or unsealed corner. So in order to avoid having the juices spill out, I like to just stick my finger in that tiny little opening and then push on everything, allowing the liquid to fill any spaces and the air to get pushed right out. I just slowly move from the back forward. Sometimes it takes some convincing. And once you get as much air out as possible, seal off that last little bit. Another method that you could use is if you've got a straw, just peek it in there and suck the extra air out. You want to flip it over to the label side. Do a quick label on it, and remember to put the date on it so you know how long it's been in the freezer for. And then you can pop it into the freezer and take it out, let it defrost overnight in the fridge, and then pop it into your Instant Pot or your Crock Pot whenever you need it. This will last for a good 6 months in the freezer. I like to freeze mine nice and flat like this so that they defrost a little faster and easier, and it also just fits my freezer much nicer afterwards. When you want to make it in the crock pot, you can just dump it straight in. Put your crock pot onto a low to medium heat and allow it to cook covered for 6 to 8 hours, and you'll have a delicious chili. To cook it into your Instant Pot, you want to dump it into your pot. Now, there's not quite enough liquid in this to cook in your Instant Pot, So depending on the size of your Instant Pot, how much of the chili you're planning to cook, you're going to add a little bit of water. For the whole entire batch, I would not add more than half a cup. The liquid from the vegetables will render down quite quickly, and add enough liquid that way. If you like a little runnier chili, go ahead and add a little bit more water then, but you don't want to add too much. Place this lid on and make sure it's on a seal. And then depending on what your Instant Pot settings are, you can do the meat stew button, which will automatically do it at a medium or normal temperature for 35 minutes. There's also some have chili and bean settings. That's the same type of thing. Or you can just do manual to the normal setting for anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. Don't forget to make sure you're on seal. You can release pressure as soon as it's done, or you can let it naturally depressurize. For stovetop, place into a Dutch oven or a large pot and put onto a medium to low temperature and cook for about 5 hours. Stir it occasionally and keep it covered. Once your chili is done, serve it hot with some fresh cornbread or biscuits, top with cheese or sour cream, and enjoy.